Hello. Actually, I think you people joined in the wrong link, yeah? There's a swap in the link.
Yes.
Okay. So I was waiting here, but nobody was joining, so I was asking why nobody is joining. There was a swap in link. Okay, I think okay, fine. I think probably we'll start, however. Still people are there. 1 second. Okay, I think we'll start. So have you all tried creating an AWS account? Anybody? No, not yet. Okay, fine. So before we get into the labs and everything, uh, guys, 1 second. Second, guys, there is one more person has joined in the different link in Prime. Midul has sent you. Okay, is there any new people today in today's session? No, right? All are like from the existing people, right? Is there anybody? Somjit and Midul and all was there before, right? Hello, I'm audible?
Yes, yes, yes.
Ah,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Yeah. Sorry for that because there is a, when they're sending the link in the group, there was a swap in the link. That's why I was also waiting for you guys from 7 o'clock. So that's why you people are joining over there and I'm unable to send a message via that because some issue with my messages, I don't know. Okay, so let's start. So I'm going to start with, we need to know some parameters, or what you call it as, like some terms when it comes to AWS. First of all, the very first thing that we need to know about is, we know that AWS is nothing but cloud. Okay. So, however, the first thing that we need to know is about cloud. Okay. So what is your understanding on cloud? I just want to know, is everybody's understanding on cloud? Okay, it's okay, fine, completely. Like, even when I started, I had a very misunderstanding of what was exactly cloud. Then later on, I got a full picture of it. Okay, so one by one, you let me know what is your understanding. It is completely okay, whether you might have a slight understanding on it, but it's okay. Whatever you know. Okay, so can you say, Ajmal, what is your understanding on cloud? You might have heard about these terms like very much, right? What is your understanding on cloud? Ajmal. Ajmal, are you there? Hello. Okay, who else can say? Yadu Krishna.
Like there are two types of clouds, private and public.
No, your voice is
The kind
not
of
clear to me. Can you come again?
hello,
Yeah.
hello.
Yes.
Yeah,
Now.
there are two kind of clouds, like private and public,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of a storage device that can manage
Mm-hmm.
permission through internet. So that's one my knowledge.
Okay. Okay. It's like so you meant to say it's like storage, yeah?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Yes. One of the service, okay? One of the services storage only. Okay, but it is not limited to storage, okay? Fine. We will get
Yeah.
into it. Adul, can you say what is your understanding?
It's like storing data.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Storing data.
uh,
Same like
database. Yeah.
Yadu Krishna said. It's like
Yep.
storing data, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Fine. What about Midul? Who else have a different answer than the storage?
It is a service based.
Your Midul, your
Service
voice is
based.
breaking for me.
I think over cloud we can
Mm.
launch like virtual machines.
Who is talking? Ajmal?
Yes.
Okay. Over cloud, what we can do?
Like we can launch servers. I mean virtual machines.
Servers. Mm-hmm. So not only
Yeah, we
storage.
can run the virtual machines.
Mm-hmm.
We can
And
run
run
the
applications.
Yes.
virtual machines
Yes.
on service base.
On service base. Yes, exactly. Okay. Fine. Who else wants to speak? Maz was saying something.
I think it's like a virtual access to like a CPU, GPU. It could be anything. Cloud
Mm-hmm.
means you can access to any hardware device without looking or like online services.
Exactly. Without
It could be
actually
anything.
having it,
It
right?
doesn't need to be only storage or CPU or GPU. It could be anything.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, okay. Yeah, some people like currently, I think the service that we avail via Google Drive or via iCloud and all is for storage. That's a knowledge we have on a very basic level. Of course, that's right. Because you people know that, okay, currently let's take an example of a Gmail. Okay, Gmail. Most of the people are, I think everybody are using Gmail. So these Gmails, like the mail that you sending and receiving, okay, you have some data. Of course, in order to store these mails, of course, you need some storage capacity, of course. But is this mails stored in your internal storage of your mobile phone or laptop? What do you think?
No, ma'am.
It's not stored in?
It's stored in data center or something like that.
It's stored in data center. Okay, so if you're using Gmail, then what do you think? Where exactly it would have been stored? If it is Gmail.
Google Cloud.
Google, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so Google is regulating the Gmail. It's a product of Google actually. So Google have a data center, okay, and they store all your mails in their data center. Okay, but you are able to access it, correct? But when you are able to access it, actually, these emails and all, when you open the Gmail application, you can see all of the mailets and everything, right? Correct? Okay, but can you send a mail or receive a mail, or can you view the mail if you don't have internet connection? What do you think? We can't, right? So one thing is you need to have internet connection, which is very important because you are connecting, because you're storing your data somewhere else, which is actually in the Google data center. And whenever you turn on the application, so whenever you try to open the Gmail application or whatever, what exactly happening? The data is actually getting fetched from the Google server to your local device, whatever laptop or mobile phone at that time. Okay, so it is storing there. And when you're turning on the internet connection, you're getting all your data. Okay, fine. So here you particularly store your mail in where in the Google. But not only that, you're availing another service also via the mail service, because you cannot just randomly send a mail and receive a mail. Okay, there is particular server which is okay. What is a server, everybody? Who can explain what is a server? Because I'm going to use this term like over and over and again. What does a server means? Who can tell? What, Midul? What's a server? Just your understanding, okay? I'm not asking a definition or anything. Your understanding. You can just tell your understanding. What, Maz? Who can tell? Hello, am I audible? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Server means which the private things makes it public, like a online shopping website which upload in the server that can be available to public, like that, I think.
Yeah, okay. You're saying the application level of it. Okay. So basically, let's say there is a guy who don't know anything about a server. So how do you explain server to them? Like simply.
Simple.
When somebody is asking you about a laptop, okay, how do we explain to them? What is a laptop or what desktop?
Which provides online services with the internet connection laptop.
Okay.
Like
okay. So basically, let's start from device. Okay, it's a device, right?
yeah,
A server means it's a device, correct?
yeah.
Okay. So who else have an answer for server? Ajmal, you're trying to say something?
Like I was saying, like server is like a computer.
It's like a
they serve
computer.
that.
Like okay.
They serve application data.
Okay, okay. What, Midul?
Can more devices and we can connect more devices and to server and manage the resources.
Okay,
like
okay.
GPU.
Oh, yes, yes. Okay. What about Yadu? Yadu Krishna?
It's like a main computer that has sub-computers with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of that.
Okay. So let me ask you one thing. When you buy a laptop, no, you check some specification, correct? What are the specification you check?
Processor, RAM,
Processor,
motherboard.
RAM,
Processor, motherboard.
motherboard. Okay. Then
The CPU, GPU, storage, SSD.
exactly SSDs, right? So
Yeah.
why does it matter to you? Like, why do you, let's say a 2
Performance.
GB RAM, yeah, a 2 GB RAM device and a 4 GB RAM device. Which one you will go with and why?
4 GB because
4
More-
GB. Okay, you will go
more
with 4 GB.
space
Why
and-
so?
yeah,
Yeah,
More
why?
capable and
it will give more performance.
more
Give
capable
more
and more powerful and more
Yes, more
performance.
capable. 1 second, guys. Second. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, so you go with 4 GB, right? Okay. So why do you go with 4 GB? Because you will, when it comes to a particular application, okay, let's say, in 2 GB, you might be able to operate a two application. Whereas in 4 GB, you might be able to run 4 application at the same time. Okay. So how does it matter? How does RAM matter when it comes to number of applications or accessing multiple applications? What do you think so about that? How does RAM, CPU matters? I'm audible, right? Hello?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
RAM matters and the CPU also matters
Mhm.
because it shows the actual performance. Like for example, how many tabs can you open in a browser? There are some
Exactly.
at some point like 15, 16 for a 2 GB RAM.
Yeah.
4 GB RAM is like 30. So that
Yes.
extends as the RAM extends and the storage.
Yes.
It
So
depends
what
like a
exactly it
performance.
is saying? Yeah, this specification is exactly saying what? The capacity of that particular device, correct?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. It's like person to person. Let's say for example, I'm assigning a same job. Okay, I'm assigning a same job. Let's say writing from 1 to 100. Okay, to Midul and Adul. So they might be doing in it's about how their brain works, correct? Okay, so Adul might have complete writing from 1 to 100, maybe within 10 seconds. Okay, or Midul will be writing in 30 seconds. Okay, the performance is different when it comes to person, correct? But when it comes to our devices, we are the human who build devices in a particular capacity. So when we say 2 GB RAM, okay, and we say that it is a low spec. So what does that mean? Means that it is less capable of doing more jobs, right? And same like that when you say higher spec, okay, you have 8 CPUs, you have 8 GB RAM. So then we are speaking what? This particular device will be able to handle multiple workloads, right? Like extra, which the 2 GB cannot do. Correct. So one thing you need to understand that these CPU, these RAM, these storages, these are actually divided. Okay, divided. Let's say you have a capacity of whatever the CPU and RAM and ROM and everything, and you want to run an application. If you want to run an application in a laptop, okay, it's a computer, right? Computer. It's doing computing. So when you're doing actually what exactly this particular device is going to do, this device is going to give you, this device specification is going to give you some of the ingredients, like ingredient. Okay, some CPUs, okay, some CPUs, some RAM, some ROM to run the application. One sec. Sorry guys, I got a call. Fine. So in order to process an application, in order to, even if it is anything, it's let's say it's a calculator, or let's say it's a Word, or it's a Paint application, anything, any application that you want to run, okay, any browser, anything that you want to run, require what? Require a processor, require some RAM, require some ROM. So what exactly a device can do? A device can actually distribute this. There is some operating system. That's a separate case. A device should be capable of doing it. Okay, it's like when you play PUBG. Okay, PUBG application you might have played in a 2 GB RAM mobile phone and in 8 GB RAM mobile phone. How does your experience will be? Will you be playing in 2 GB RAM if you have an 8 GB RAM mobile phone with you? What will happen?
No.
What will happen if you're playing in 2 GB?
Maybe we can't get
Device
proper.
We can't
Device
even, we can't even open that application, correct? Because that particular application is itself has a higher amount of, require higher amount of storage and higher amount of RAM, correct? Because in order to process, because it comes with a lot of graphics also, correct? So in order to process everything, you need higher specification. So you might feel like, your phone will be stuck, right? Because your phone specification is unable to handle the capacity to run that application. Yeah. Okay. So basically, you people know that when it comes to devices currently like laptops or desktops, basically computer when you talk about, we currently are using, it's like all of our either personal laptops and work laptops, right? And it does have some specification like, I don't know in the market what is that high-end specification, but however, yes, it is there like 16 CPUs, 18 CPUs, and even GPUs are available currently. Fine. But what about handling? Okay, this is all for personal and workload purposes, right? Like maybe you might be some personal in the sense you might be using a little bit of Google Sheet, a little bit of Excel, little bit of Word, right? A very, very basic thing. It's like you buying a phone for a gaming purpose and you buying a phone for a personal purpose. Okay, so let's say you might be buying a very small spec of mobile phone. Let's say if it is for your mother or grandmother, they might not be using so many applications like social media or some other gaming application. They might be using just phone call or WhatsApp messages, right? Okay. But for you, if you buy, like you will go for high-end specification, correct? Same like that. In laptops also, personal laptops and desktops as well. You might be using from low spec to a medium spec. Not you might not go for a high-end spec, correct? So let's say an example. I am trying to run an application. Okay, I'm trying to run an application, and this application has millions of requests. Okay, let's say what do you call it as? Let's say a delivery application, Zomato. Let's talk about it. I want to run Zomato application in my computer. Okay, so what will happen is lot of requests will come. So I cannot just deploy my application in my laptop because laptop has some small specification. However, let's imagine you converted your computer into a server. Okay, where like what exactly server means? It serves something. Okay, I'll explain you. Whoever maybe you might have an idea, but whoever doesn't have an idea, I'll explain it to you. So there is millions of requests coming, millions of requests, right? Zomato and all means it's like even if it is in a particular city also, you might have seen that a lot of requests will come in a second, right? So it will be difficult for my laptop spec to handle that many requests, right? Millions of requests means what? Your data will not be able, your laptop will not be able to handle it, right? So that's where the supercomputer, that's where the idea of supercomputer comes into picture, where these kind of loads, you never give it to any laptop or you never give it to any mobile phone. You will have a separate supercomputer to handle these workloads. Okay, and we call them as server. Okay, however, you can turn your laptop also into a, your Windows machine also into a server, but not for a high-end spec. Whatever the spec you have for, for your device. Okay, but normally we don't use it to host an application, to host a website and all. We don't use our devices. We use the supercomputer. Okay, let me give an example. when it comes to a server. Okay, let's say you're going to a hotel, okay, or like a restaurant, and what's the first thing you do? You go and find a chair and you sit over there, and there will be a guy, okay, a waiter or somebody, who is going to come and ask you, what do you want, right? So you tell them, this is what I want. I want a tea and snack. Okay. So what this guy gonna do? This guy gonna take your request. Okay. Whatever, he'll write it down, maybe in a laptop or sorry, in a notepad or whatever, and he will transfer that, or he will take that order and go to the kitchen and tell them there is a customer came and they want tea and snack. Okay. And the kitchen guy is going to prepare that and give it to the waiter. And that particular waiter is going to give the, what do you call it, as the tea and snack to the customer. Right. So in this occasion, who do you think his server is? Who exactly is taking the request and serving it to you?
The guy who serves.
The guy who serves, right? Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So the middleman over there is the guy who is actually taking your request and serving you. Okay, server means serving something. Okay, there are different kind of servers. Okay, for example, not only restaurant, right? There are so many other hospitality services are there. And if you go to any, what do you call it, supermarket, there is another services, right? Same like that. There are different types of servers. For example, mail servers. Okay, what exactly mail server is going to do? Is going to help you with mails. Okay, so let's say web servers. What is web service going to do? Is going to help you with hosting websites. Okay, website in the sense, of course, Zomato. If you go to any browser, if you just type Zomato.com or Amazon.com, these are all like websites, right? Or websites or web apps, right? So there are different types of servers over there, like which is actually giving you different services. Okay, so server is a supercomputer who is actually, what exactly it is doing? It's serving your requests. Okay, how can they serve your requests? If they have, okay, then if there is no kitchen, okay, how can they come and take your order and serve you? They cannot, right? Of course, there should be a kitchen in place. So let's consider kitchen as your application. Okay, and the server is going to be the host, or what do you call it, as like a helper to get into the application. Okay, so through the waiter only you're communicating with the kitchen, right? Same. Okay, so here server becomes the point of contact between the user. Okay, so basically when we digitalize this, okay, how exactly it's going to work? It's like you communicating. Is it you communicating? No, it's your device communicating. So when you go and type Amazon.com on your browser, you are not communicating. Who is communicating? Your device is communicating. Okay, so let's say Amazon.com is hosted in a server, Amazon server, okay, and you are sending a request. So your device is sending a request to the Amazon server, not you. You are just an end user. Okay, your device is communicating with their servers. Okay, so whenever I say you communicating, just understand that your device is communicating. Okay, so the end user is actually using a particular device to communicate with the another device. Okay, so is there any doubt in what is server right now? Okay, not only servers, there are so many digital devices, but currently, is it clear for you? A server means? Understood? What, Basil, Adul? Hello. Clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
Is
Yes,
my
sir.
voice is
sir.
delivering
Yeah,
lately
yes.
or
Yeah.
on time?
Hello. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Somchit, what did you say something?
I said yes.
Okay, fine. Okay. So now these servers. Okay, so have you people seen servers? I don't know whether you have some people who is working in okay, I'll show you. Have you heard about Cisco? Might have heard about it, right? Yes. So what is Cisco and all is doing? They are actually this hardware supplier. Actually, this is a server. Okay, this is a server. This is a device. It's not like the servers doesn't have any monitor or anything of that sort. It does come with it's like a device, like a hard disk kind of, just a plate kind of thing. So this is a server. Okay, you might have seen like in I don't know, in movies, or if you just see the data center. See, what is this in rack? See, can you see this, right? This is a rack, and rack contains what? Multiple servers. Not only servers, there is something known as router, switches. Who said that who have attended CCNA sessions? Adul, you said you were attending CCNA back in 2021 or something like that.
No, I said Ajmal.
Ajmal.
No.
Okay, Ajmal, you were attending. Okay. You might have learned about router and switches, right?
Yes, before I learned.
Okay. Yeah. So who else knows about router and switch? Who was the system? Some guy was saying that. I don't know. Like, network engineer. Some guy was network engineer, right? Who is it? No. Nobody was a network engineer. Okay, that network engineer will know. Midul is network engineer?
No, system admin.
System, right? Yeah. Some guy was network engineer. I forgot who. But yeah. So you know what this network engineer is
Actually,
gonna do?
a switch is used to communicate with the network.
Switch is used to communicate. Switch network ആയിട്ട് communicate ചെയ്യണം.
Like same network ആയിട്ട് communicate ചെയ്യില്ലേ? Connect device.
അത് switch ആണോ? Switch is used for same network ആണോ?
അതെ.
Same communication network.
Okay, then what is router?
Different network.
Different network. Okay, see, let's say if you want to connect a router with a device, will you be able to connect router with a device, let's say an end device directly? Better.
എന്താണ് question?
There is a router, okay, and there is an end device, let's say laptop. Okay, will you be able to connect a router directly to the laptop?
അതിന് മറ്റേ മോഡം കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ വേണ്ടേ? മോഡുലേഷൻ, ഡിമോഡുലേഷൻ.
Yeah. So you use what? You use switch over there in between, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, fine. These are all some, networking devices that is required. Okay, this all will be there in the data center. Okay, and so there is a lot of process actually. If you want, a server to be up and running, it's not an easy process. Okay, there is a lot of a lot of configuration has to go. Okay, so what is this data center people is doing? They're setting up all these things for you. Okay, data center people is going to set up, buy a server, keep that server in the data center, buying a router, buying a switch, buying cables and firewalls. There are so many concepts when it comes to these devices. Okay, and these all, okay, buying, managing, configuring, maintaining, everything, who will take care of it? The data center people will take care of it. When it comes to cloud, I'm talking about AWS. So what is AWS? AWS is a cloud service provider. Okay, it's just like you have ISPs like Airtel and VI and BSNL. These are all ISPs, right? Just like that, AWS, GCP, which is Google Cloud Platform, Azure, and Alibaba, IBM Cloud. There are so many clouds in the market. These people are CSPs, cloud service provider. So what do? They provide you cloud. How do they provide the cloud? Instead of you buying and setting up and maintaining, managing these physical hardwares, they will buy, they will set up, they will maintain, and they will manage. Everything they'll do it for you. Okay. Everything. You don't have to worry about buying a server, because of course buying a server and all is actually varies from lakhs to crore based on the spec. Okay, not only buying. Okay, buying just a single server is not enough. You need the associated devices and configuring it, managing it, maintaining it, power supply, maintaining in a room, everything you have to take care of it. Okay, so rather than you doing it, okay, because let's say if you are an individual person and you want a server to run your application, but you don't have a capital amount with you, what do? You have to drop your idea, right? Either you have to, acquire some money, or you have to drop your idea. Okay, what if cloud comes into picture? You can, even if you're an individual, but you don't have any capital cost with you, you still can go ahead in cloud and spin up a resources, no problem. So who does manage the physical infrastructure? AWS. So let's talk about AWS currently, because we are going to learn about AWS. That's why I'll keep on talking about AWS. Okay, so AWS will manage the physical infrastructure. What do? You just go ahead and manage that virtually. You don't see the physical infrastructure. You just manage that virtually. Okay, so what's the benefit? You don't have to worry about the capital expenses. You don't have to worry about the maintenance and management. Nothing. You don't have to worry about configuring it. Okay, what do? You just needed a server and you just have an AWS account with you. What you can do, if you have an AWS account, you can spin up the resources in minutes. Okay, so just like the main difference, let's say building a home and renting a home. What's the difference between building a home and renting a home? Okay, there are these people, right? Like big companies, like I think in India, who would say Landmark. Okay, Landmark is there. I don't know. Landmark, or there are so many big companies like real estate companies. What they do? They build these apartments and they give it for rent or sale or whatever. Let's talk about renting. So what do? They'll create the entire infrastructure. You don't have to worry about the capital expense or anything of that sort. That entire building maintenance and everything will be taken care by the real estate, that property, whoever it is. And you as a tenant is going to rent an apartment there and live. And whenever you want to move out, okay, you will move out. Okay, so what is the biggest difference between renting a home and building a home? What do you think? What do you think the biggest difference? There's no difference. Hello.
If you are building,
ബിൽഡ് ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ നമ്മള് എല്ലാം
കുറെ പൈസ വേണം.
Yes.
കാര്യങ്ങളും നമ്മൾ തന്നെ
Yes, the capital expense that you have to see is too much, right? Okay, nearly like 50 lakhs to 75 lakhs you need to have in your pocket for building a home. Renting a home, you don't have to worry about anything. On a monthly basis you can pay, correct? Okay. Yes. Yeah, that's the biggest difference, of course. Okay, but there are so many. We'll discuss all of it. But I'm just giving you an introduction on cloud computing actually. So now you have got an idea that what you're doing exactly in cloud. So you don't do anything like managing and maintaining the infrastructure, the physical infrastructure. You just manage them virtually by using the AWS. If it is AWS, then you will have an AWS account, and using the AWS console, you will manage that resources. Okay, that's why I told you to create an AWS account. Okay, now how do you pay for this? How exactly the payment structure is? Okay, so the payment structure when it comes to cloud computing is currently pay as you go model. What is pay as you go model? It's like electricity. Okay, in what is that? KCB. KCB, how do they charge for you? For Midul, they might charge 500 rupees. Okay, and for Ajmal, it will be 1000. Okay, so why does that? Why is the difference over there? Why for Midul it is 500 and why Ajmal is paying 1000 rupees?
So I used more.
You used more, right? The consumption, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Because the more you consume, the consumption is more, then you pay more, right? If your consumption is less, and you actually pay less. Okay, that's a fair deal, right? Rather than paying a fixed amount on whether you use it or not using, it is always better to pay something for that you used, right? Okay, same structure here also. Here, for the resources that you actually spin, you pay for only the resources that you spend, not for any extra. Okay, let's say, for example, you are using a server. Okay, so this server, you are actually paying hourly basis. Okay, so you're taking up server rently. Okay, like overall, if you say, it's actually you're taking a server for rent on a hourly basis. Okay, it's like you are renting a car for hourly basis, right? I don't know. I think, yeah, in there is Uber drive. What is that? Some rent a car options are there, right? There's an option like hourly you can take, or you can take daily basis, or you can take weekly basis. So that much only you pay. You don't have to actually buy a car, correct? Same. So here you pay on a consumption, like pay as you go. Okay. So if you say, like, if I can tell you a definition of cloud, whatever we have discussed only, I'll give you a definition. To put it into, some technical terms, okay? Cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources. Okay, on-demand delivery is nothing but you need it now, so you can have it now. That's what on-demand means. Okay, so you're saying that you want a car now, not tomorrow. Maybe if today you have an emergency, so you want a car right now. Okay, so you're opening a rental application or something like that. You're booking it, and they're delivering it to you within 10 to 20 minutes. Okay, and that's what exactly meaning that on demand. Okay, on demand. You go and you get it, and you're done with it. That's what on demand. So cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources. Okay, what does IT resources means? Like we have talked about servers, right? Okay, so these are all IT resources, not only servers, there are so many services actually, but let's get into it. So IT resources over the internet, I told you. If you don't have an internet connection, you will not be able to access the AWS management console, right? You can't. With pay as you go pricing, as I already discussed. Okay, so what exactly it is helping you to? Instead of buying, owning, maintaining physical data center and servers, you can access technology services such as the computing power, meaning that the processing power, the CPUs, storage, databases, on and as needed the basis from a cloud provider like AWS. You can actually avail all these from Azure also, Alibaba also, GCP also. They do the same thing. What exactly Airtel and VI is doing? They're doing the same thing, right? They're providing you the internet services, correct? Okay. But they do have, of course, there are, competitor in the market, obviously. So there is AWS, there is GCP, there is Alibaba, there is Google Cloud, everything. Okay. So have you understood the concept of cloud computing, everybody?
Yes.
Everyone? Yes,
Yeah.
understood?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So how do we access these resources via the AWS and all is something that we are going to discuss. What are the services that is provided? Because there are services, right? Different services. How can we avail these services via the AWS and all is something what we are going to discuss in the next sessions. Okay, so for that, I am telling you that by Monday, just try to get your AWS account created. Have you anybody tried creating AWS accounts?
Yesterday I created a new account.
Okay, it got activated.
Yes.
Okay, what about others?
Yeah, I did create yesterday.
Created.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay.
It's
Okay, fine. So by Monday, you people try and get it. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay, great. So we will discuss. There is much more theories I would like to discuss. I think we'll probably discuss in the coming sessions. Okay. Okay, great. Then. That's it for today's session, and remaining we'll discuss on the next sessions. Thank you.